Para empezar, quería pediros disculpas por hacer mi presentación en inglés, pero debido a una sorpresa que os tengo preparada para el final, no tengo más remedio. Hello. Good morning, everyone. Firstly, I would like to thank the TED team for organizing this incredible event. Thank you all for dedicating your time listening to others. It is an extremely valuable skill that you all here have, and I feel like there's currently a lack of this within society. Thank you very much for this invitation. As I'm probably the youngest speaker here today, my main objective is that you'll have a great time, whilst I try and explain what I have learnt and what conclusions I have reached through specific experiences that I have lived in my short 16 years of life. My name is Carlota, and I'm currently a teenager, for better or for worse. I have lived loads of experiences, and when the TED team offered me an invitation to speak to all of you here today, the first thing I thought about was, what is the title of my presentation going to be? It didn't take me very long to come up with a title. It is a simple term that englobes the main topics I believe are worth discussing with you today. That is why I decided to call my presentation The Journey. Through my talk, I aim to discuss how I feel with the things I do and how I visualize my future to be like after having lived a few experiences that have shaped me into the person I am today. It is my pleasure to take you all through my journey. I've been traveling for 16 years, which means I still have a long journey to go through. In fact, we're all travelers here. Travelers of our own lives. We adapt to changes, we learn, we fail, we succeed, and we mature and grow through this journey. We meet new people and experience new things, with the final purpose of understanding who we are. I had the luck of discovering one of my passions at a very early stage of my life. This passion is golf. Sport is one of the main assets that my parents believed was useful towards my education, as the values that golf or many other sports teach you are not only useful for that specific sport, but for life in general. So things like patience, discipline, self-control, honesty, respect, and in my opinion, most importantly, perseverance. During sports teach you many things, and I think that it's very important that every child is able to play sports because it's part of their growth and part of their learning. During my childhood, my parents taught me to create my own path and asked me to reflect upon 3 very simple questions. What do you want to achieve? What do you think you need? And what are you willing to do to achieve this? There are many well-known sports brands that try and transmit this message, especially through their slogan. So I'm sure we all know the famous, just do it, or impossible is nothing. What they're trying to say is that there's only one rule to achieve what we're truly passionate about. And that rule is that there are no rules. Simply hard work. So let's get back to the journey. During my childhood, I had very good school grades. I played several sports, and I pretty much had a life very similar to most of the people my age. As I grew up and I continued to explore what I was interested in, I realized that golf was truly my passion. So I was able to participate in national and international tournaments, which made me feel very different to the rest of the people my age. I don't know if any of you here play golf, but I consider it one of the most challenging sports because your mental strength and how you think play a huge impact on every single aspect of it. This is why through practice you need to learn how to control it, and this practice is not only useful for this sport, it's useful for any life skill that you want to apply. Without realizing, I was gaining more and more self-confidence and self-control, which didn't only make me a better golfer, but a better student and a more mature and grown-up person. I learned how to do things by my own will, without having someone on top of me telling me, you need to do this because it's good for your future. No, I did it because I liked it and I truly believed it was good for me, and I learned a lot through this process. Since I was young, I liked to do things that challenged me. Things that made me feel different from the rest of the people my age. And at the age of 14, I had the opportunity to show what I was capable of. I came up with an idea that allowed art pieces in museums to interact with its audience through tweets and Periscope. With this idea, I won a contest that allowed me to express what I had thought of to Twitter. So I had the opportunity to communicate directly with this company. Can you imagine a 14-year-old girl presenting an original idea to the CEO of a multinational like Twitter? It was a life-changing experience, as this taught me, and I realized that these are the things that challenge me. They make me grow, and I enjoy them. This also taught me that if you're passionate and believe in your ideas, they will not go unheard. Later on in my journey, whilst I kept developing my communication skills and my golf career, I was given the opportunity to interview my golf idols by collaborating with the media department of European Tour. Interviewing them was incredible. And apart from asking them how their golf round went that day and what their strengths and weaknesses on the course were, I was truly interested in getting to know how they had got to where they are now, as I would like to follow their steps. Most of their answers were based around one concept: hard work. But one of the players said, "You shouldn't try and copy somebody else's path, because there are many ways of getting to the same place. Remember to create your own path and always remind yourself why you started. Of course, success comes from hard work, so make sure you keep working hard in order to achieve your goal." I found this answer truly inspiring, especially when it was coming from one of the most talented players on tour.
Here we are today, about to live an unforgettable experience. I am having the opportunity to interview really good players which are playing in the Spanish Open. For me, this is just a dream because I've always wanted to be like them, and I can't wait to follow their steps and to just hear their advice. Here we are with Sergio Garcia, who just finished his round. At what tournament are you playing right now?
We're playing the Spanish Open, the Valderrama Spanish Open, hosted by my foundation, Foundation Sergio Garcia, so very excited.
Every day, I notice talented people. In fact, all of the speakers here today are filled with passion, experience, and talent. And after talking to several of them, I have come to the conclusion that they all follow very similar steps to the ones required in golf in order to achieve their dreams. Think of what you want to do. What resources do you have? Visualize your surroundings. Prepare the best version of yourself. Concentrate in what you want to achieve. And finally, fill yourself with passion. All of these experiences have led me to a conclusion. In order to grow in any single aspect of your life, you need to surround yourself with people that are better than you and learn from them with passion. And this is why I have brought a very special person with me today. She is a true example of being passionate enough about something, about a dream that seemed impossible for most of the time. Can you imagine a young Japanese woman who lived in a family ruled by old traditions, who is passionate about music? How far does she have to go to make her dream become a reality? Let's welcome my friend La Maya on stage. Konnichiwa, Maya. Thank you so much for being with us today. So, I know that playing the violin has always been your dream.
Yes.
So, what advice would you give all of those people that truly want to achieve their dream?
Well, I'd say the first thing is always trust your intuition at gut level, and because the heart never gives you the wrong answer. So just follow your heart and be strong. And one important thing to remember is that it doesn't really matter what the other people say or think about you. I know that it's especially difficult when people close to you are discouraging sometimes, and which in my case was my parents and my actual violin teacher, and he pretty much told me that I was no good, that I should change instruments. But then be stubborn with your dream, and it's okay to be stubborn and just go for it.
I know that playing the violin has always been your passion.
Mm-hmm.
But when did you actually realize that this is what you truly wanted?
I started playing with piano when I was 6 years old, and I didn't like the piano at all, actually. I didn't practice or learn a single note, and my parents were like, okay, she doesn't have any musical talent. But when I tagged along my best friend's violin lesson, I saw this gorgeous instrument, and I just loved everything about it. The smell, the texture, the playing, when you hold it. And I've been hooked since.
Wow, that's impressive. So we also know that you came from a family that based all of the education around old traditions.
Mm-hmm.
So how did they react when you told them, Mom, Dad, playing the violin is my passion?
Yes, as you can see here, my dad has a very strict face. He's a typical Japanese samurai dad, and who has really fixed ideas. And his definition of success was get into good university, get a stable job, and get a successful job.
Mm-hmm.
And he will hide my violin often. He would tell me, okay, Maya, you cannot make a living out of music. Just musicians are looked down upon as social status, and that I should focus on my studies. And it was a big conflict for me because I wanted to get approval of my parents, and that I wanted to play the violin.
Well, I think that your story and your dream is a true example of being perseverant enough about a dream that seemed impossible for most of the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I want you all to imagine this situation. Her passion took her to the most hidden places you can imagine. So, she was a young Japanese woman with no knowledge of the Spanish language, alone, and she decided to integrate into the gypsy culture in Granada for 8 years to learn how to play the violin and flamenco together. What did this teach you, Maya?
Okay.
You surprise me more and more every time.
Thank you.
Every time I hear it, I like it more. Okay, so this experience is what led to accomplishing your goal, which was to have your own CD, and the CD was a mixture of flamenco and violin.
Yes, that's right.
So this was like your goal accomplished. Okay, I know you very well, so I know you never played the violin because of money. Because you even played on the streets. So what did you learn from this?
Well, I first started off playing in the streets because when I moved to Spain, it was the fastest way to get to know people where I didn't speak the language and where I didn't know anyone. But then I realized that actually music is for everyone, and it's not just for concerts, for theaters, or people who can pay for tickets. And if I have the capacity to make just one person happy in a day through music, I mean, for me, that's a mission accomplished. And yeah.
That's great.
Thank
you.
I would like to think that we're nurses that reach heart to heart.
Yes, definitely. She's always told me to keep innovating as the world is changing very fast. And I know she's been doing this by a technique through maps. And what did you do with this? Did you visualize what you wanted to accomplish?
Yes, I have this thing called Life Map. It's a little secret. It consists of all the images and words that I love that relates to my dream, and I put it on big poster, and I look at it every day to stay focused. And I know that it's very difficult in life to keep being focused because there's so much temptation, curiosity, you know. But this map is great because the right image is right in front of you and makes you concentrate on what you actually want and works on your subconscious mind and unconscious mind. And I'm on my third map right now.
Wow.
That's great.
Okay, so I have an idea. What if we give the audience an opportunity to discover and think about what their passion is in this journey, whilst you play one of your inspiring or motivational themes?
Sure.
Yes?
Of course.
Okay. Wow.
Thank you very much.